When I think about all of the signals that we have access to as an airline, as a travel brand, overlaid with everything we know about our customers' interest and their passion points, it's a really exciting time to do what my team and I get to do. First and foremost, we're focused on that seamless experience for the customer and how can data really inform them on their day of travel. So 2 examples I will give you. We have a great program called Connection Saver. The customer doesn't have to do anything. This isn't a program they opt into, they don't have to sign up, but we obviously are tracking your flights, and we know if you're having a connecting flight and let's say you might be in jeopardy of missing that connection. Weather delayed your first flight, you now have to walk to your gate at your connecting airport. We have the ability to look at what we call kind of the downline impact, of that aircraft and various connections, and to say, if we can hold this flight for less than 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, allow the customers to make the connecting flight, we will actually still arrive at the location on time, what your app says. And if you've gotten one of those texts, we text you in the moment to say, take a deep breath. That's literally what the text says. We're holding your next plane for you. That is just such an epic sense of, wow, this is a brand and a company that gets me and has my back. And that's all run by, data that we are looking at behind the scenes, with the actual operation of the aircraft. I think when it comes to marketing, we like to say we truly, I think, have the world's most addressable screen when you think about the TV monitor on the seat back in front of you. We have the privilege of knowing exactly who is seated in seat 1A and seat 32B. And so it's our hope to really build an experience over time that is completely customized, based off of, are you someone that maybe has purchased a cruise vacation, from us in the past, or are you looking for a rental card partner, and how can we make sure that we're being completely helpful to you?
Well, Maggie, I think the theme of connections is a perfect one. We could talk
Yes.
for hours here. We'll keep you here for hours. But to dive in a bit more on the connections between United, you're also doing such great work in the commerce media space. How do you build connections, collaborations across brands, other partners, and also platforms?
Yeah, it's a real focus on the customer and putting them at the center of everything we do. And I know that sounds, incredibly simple, but I think that's actually been a major transformation that we've all undergone at United the last several years, to really focus on, what is best for the United customer, and let's just do the right thing. That's a mantra that our CEO says all the time. We got rid of change fees, at the height of the pandemic, when one might argue, we were losing up to $40 million a day, and we said goodbye to a lot of additional revenue because we knew that was a pain point for customers, and that was a lot to expect them to be able to say, yes, I know I will be able to stick to this itinerary when the world was changing so rapidly around them. And so it really does start with that mantra of, let's just do the right thing and build the right experience for them. And so that's come to life through various partnerships. You look at someone like a Spotify, who's a newer partner of ours. We know that customers want access to great podcast entertainment and music, and it's something they're already doing in their personal life and want the ability to do more of that on board. We're really taking the outlook of how can we recreate your living room, your home experience in the sky, so it feels, incredibly seamless and doesn't feel like is big of a kind of barrier to overcome when you really think about, I'm going to the airport today, I have a long flight. We want it to feel much more seamless.
Well, barriers and overcoming them is another perfect thing to explore, Maggie. How, especially your, United's iconic brand, 100 years, I think.
Right, next year, yes.
Yeah, happy 100.
Thank you.
It doesn't show in the best ways.
Thank you.
So with that in mind, as an iconic brand, but also as a partner to other brands, how do you think advertisers can break through and drive relevancy through this cluttered landscape?
Yeah, well, great question. This is everything that I'm going to talk about later today here at the ANA. You know, really we're talking about our playbook, that how are we relevant and responsive, and I actually think that starts with speed. You know, we have built a marketing and a comms function at United that is incredibly responsive, especially considering the complex industry that we work in. And so whether that's as, you know, something as playful and fun as being responsive and relevant to the larger cultural conversation. If the entire internet is talking about Taylor Swift, what is the right way in for us to talk about that? And again, those partnerships and bringing on the right type of brands that enable our customers to have that winning experience. We're all really excited at United about Starlink. We are rolling out as we speak the, you know, literal fastest Wi-Fi in the sky. We recognize that Wi-Fi has been a barrier and a pain point, and so we like to say we're breaking that Wi-Fi barrier with Starlink, because we know that the sky is when a lot of people need to be productive. They can't say to their boss, like, well, I wasn't available or the Wi-Fi wasn't working. So we're really focused on partners like that make our customers be able to do whatever it is they want to be able to do while traveling.